What's going on, Blerds, nerds, and everybody in between? It's your boy Wyatt, the sensei of the Syndicate, here with another episode of Drink and Draw. So it's going to be a great episode, doing some wonderful stuff going on here. We are going to actually, well, I'm not drawing anything, but Jeremy will be drawing Mega Man. So it's a shout out to some of those old school games that we used to enjoy. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that from there. Want to stop and see first. Tots, what's going on, man? Always glad to have you. So before we do anything, I always want to remind you guys to be like the Hulk. I want you to smash that follow, and we're gonna love you 3,000. So definitely do that because it's always great to be able to catch up with what we got to go on from here. But now we're gonna bring in the man with the golden hand himself, Jeremy. What's going on, man?
Not much, just living it up over here with a blank sheet of paper and a stick. That's what I'm over here to do.
Just going primal on him, huh?
Just gonna scratch this stick on this dead tree. That's my afternoon.
So how's everything else been going for you this week?
It's good. Business picked up. I'm moving right along in a bunch of different places in my life, and I can't complain about it. How are you? How's your baby?
The baby is really, really good. She had her 2-month checkup yesterday. No, was that Monday? Monday, yeah. So we had that. She is now 9 pounds and 11 and a half ounces. She's 20 inches long. So she's kind of picked up because she was a little under. So she's starting to show up and show out. KB, what's going on?
Good to see you, KB. Come join us if you want to.
Yep. So yeah, that happened. She got her shots. She wasn't happy about that. Real baby tears there. So it was like she just makes noise when she wants something. She'll be like, "Hey, need to be picked up. Hey, I'm kind of hungry." This one was like, "Hold on, that hurt. I don't like that.
I did not know you could do this to me."
Like it was almost like a shocked look on her face. Like what? Where did this come from? What's happening here? So
I didn't know you'd let them do this to me, and then it's all of a sudden your fault.
Exactly. So after that, I was just like, my bad. And so after a while, she just slept through the whole rest of the day, though.
KB, I'm dropping the link in the Blerd Syndicate chat right now, so you can come join us. Looking forward to having you on here.
Herm, what it do? So, and then he also has some great artwork for his Facebook cover. So shout out to him. Shout out to you as well, Jeremy.
For the image I did for Herm.
Yep. See, it's on there as his Facebook.
I don't know if it's a secret or not. If if I were to do other things with Herm, I don't know if those would be secret things. So I'm gonna let that vague comment just float in the atmosphere. Herm can let me know.
Let it marinate. So tomorrow I'm cutting down a bush. I couldn't blow it up. I couldn't blow it up.
You're cutting it down. You got vetoed from blowing it up, right?
Indeed. So I in my mind, I thought it was a great idea to like dig a hole like next to this bush that's actually 2 bushes, because it's like 2 bushes came together and they did make a baby. They just like let our powers combine. So like one side of the bush is like has one type of flower and the other one has a different type of flower. So what I was going to do was going to dig a hole. And talking with some of the Blerd Syndicate members, I wasn't going to use gasoline. I was going to use lighter fluid, put it in there, and then just let it go. Right. So
I want to circle back to my response to that. You were going to light your own house on fire as well. I heard that.
So, I mean, that's what you're hearing, but it's a different thing. So, because like I looked at, it was one guy who was he used gasoline and he was trying to get a big ass anthill out of his yard and blew up the yard, but everything shook off the yard. And so then I was like, hey, but it didn't pass. It didn't get to go through chambers or anything like that. Got shot down, vetoed. It got so bad because I was like, I'm still gonna do it. And then she was like, no, you're not. I'm going to call your dad. So I was like, snitches get stitches. And then she was like, nah. So Herm said it's no secrets. We're talking it up.
Right on. Herm and I are doing some. I'm gonna call them stickers for right now, but just some facial profiles for his project, Sucker Free Sunday. I don't know enough about it, so Herm, you're gonna have to fill us in. You're gonna have to fill us in on where people can find it. But it's actually really cool. And as I've been working on these, I get to do something that I like to do a lot, where I'm drawing kind of black and white profile images, and Herm picked some really good images. So they're really kind of popping. I really like them. I know I showed you.
Yeah.
Herm, sorry about that. I showed Wyatt some of them before I showed you. I'm
It's
just
all right.
work in progress stuff.
Yeah.
And I just really like what they're turning into, what they're turning out to be.
Yeah. They were really good, Herm. So I say okay, they're great. I give my sticker of approval. So yeah, so I'm back to this bush. So I couldn't blow it up. Somebody then called my father, and my father then gave me a stern warning not to blow up said bush. So
Somebody.
yeah. So I for Christmas I got a chainsaw. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna
Who got
take
you the chainsaw? Was it her or your dad?
her. She was like, that way you have something else to play with. And I was just like, and not blow something up. And I was like, all right, touche. You know what I mean? I still can cut something.
Yeah.
So I'm taking them.
I've never known the love of a woman that would hand me a chainsaw. So you're a very lucky man.
Man, but
Congratulations.
I think it's more like, rather than doing, blowing up a tree, she's like the lesser of two evils,
Yeah.
and that would be cutting down said bush. So that's what I'm doing. To tomorrow, maybe Thursday. And so that'll be really, really fun from that point. So
That is very exciting. Good luck.
yeah. See, I'm trying to get it cut down so to a point where like we can have get-togethers at the
Oh
house,
yeah.
and then after that, like I started weed and feed in the yard, so I started being real domestic. So like I started to weed and feed the yard so that we have good grass. So then like Jeremy and I hang out outside of just the drinking draws. So the family can be able to hang out in the yard and not have to worry about anything, and have like a good area to play around in. So
I'm
that's
excited about that.
yeah, and then grilling and all the rest of that stuff. So it should be a fun time.
I have already started, like, as we were talking on this Mega Man, because I don't know exactly how much time I'll have to get this done. So I just want to catch you guys up real quick on what I'm doing. I'm just kind of fleshing out what he'll look like. Just kind of the bones. I'm using my blue marker here, or blue. This is not a marker. Blue pencil here, because I want to kind of play with where he's going to be before I commit to it with pen. So that's all. And he's Mega Man's rad, and he's existed for 1,000 years. And then the art on Mega Man started out kind of comical, and then when the game came to America, everyone knows about the famous ridiculous art cover that is just like one of the worst translations of art in the history of time. I guess we got to get that as I say that, you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I'm interested to find out though.
I'll grab it as soon as I put this down. So I'm just going with my own thing. I do have this Funko Pop here as my guiding light. So and I think I'm gonna put his hand blaster on the other side, which is cool because it changes depending which direction he's facing. So I get to do that.
KB,
what's good? What's good?
What's shaking, bacon?
How y'all doing?
Good. What? Okay. Said drink. I love it.
It's a Ace hard cider. I'm not a beer drinker.
I'm not. Well, I am. I'm a everything drinker for the most part, but there's not a problem. Not yet, at least.
But I had the tequila, but I haven't eaten yet, so I was I'm not gonna do that to myself today.
I wouldn't either.
Smart move.
Yeah, I got to be at work at 9:30. I'm not gonna do that to myself tonight.
That would be horrible.
It would. It would.
Like you would punish yourself just for doing that, and that's crazy. So KB, what's been going on with you?
Man, just a lot. Growing pains. I think we don't talk about it enough. Like once you hit adulthood, you do not escape growing pains.
No.
Yeah.
They can happen at any age, and that's just kind of where I'm at. Like my season of life right now, it's just growing pains, but starting to get better. I think.
That's
when
good,
you
though.
say growing pains, you mean emotionally, like okay,
like emotionally and just kind of mentally, like physically. I'm not growing anymore. I'm done. I might grow like out and bigger, but I'm not gonna get any taller. So.
Okay, Herm said on Facebook and Instagram it's Sucker Free Society, and then the website suckerfreesociety.com is in the works. So I'm looking forward to hearing all about that, to being able to promote the Society of Sucker Freeness. So yeah.
Well, I'm on the ground floor of art production on that. It's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. StreamYard is telling me I can't have as many files as we have, so give me 2 seconds. I'm going to delete some stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot.
I gotta get rid of some. Okay, so this is the box art that Mega Man had when the game came out. That's the the Western box art. Obviously, the Japanese one had. I say obviously. I don't know what the Japanese one looked like, but this is what Mega Man is supposed to look like, right? And this is quite possibly the worst art translation of all time.
Why does his shoulders look like that? Not like he looks.
Why is he yellow?
why does everything look like that? Like he looks like he's in a apocalyptic version of Vegas. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. That's a really good way to put it.
Oh God.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I figure I can't do any worse than that. So I'm just going to kind of do my own thing with this and just let it be whatever it is. I think one of my things is I get so stressed out about, failing in art that I don't let myself enjoy it. And I'm learning to fight that. As I fight that, I like art a little bit more. And it's going from there.
That's awesome, man. KB, I have a question. What's the best way to make some bomb-ass chicken fingers?
The single best way. You have to pick one.
The single best way.
You mean like between how you cook it, or what exactly are you asking me?
You walk me through it, because I really want to make some great chicken tenders but I want them to be some like crunchy. Like, so I'm trying to ask you how to do it, and Herm too, because y'all both get down in the kitchen. Yeah, Herm said you just cook them.
Okay. Next one. Are they already frozen or what? Like, what are we doing here?
I'm starting from scratch.
Okay, starting from scratch. Then what I did when I did the stuffed wings was I got some cornflakes and broke those down, like powdered them. I had some club soda, egg wash, flour, season, like your mix and everything. I'll send you the recipe. Okay. But you're gonna fry it and it's gonna be nice and crispy and delicious.
So what does a club soda do? That's kind of a surprise to me to hear that.
So I couldn't tell you the chemical breakdown for it. I just know that when you put it in with your egg wash, and it's amazing.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
It's like a 3-step thing, because you're gonna have your egg wash, you're gonna have your flour, and then you're gonna have your crumbs from the cornflakes.
Sweet.
Cornflakes. Okay, why would you use cornflakes and not something that like a Dorito or something like that, why go for the sweeter option?
Because you're not doing Frosted Flakes, you're doing just regular cornflakes.
Oh, okay.
I personally don't like cooking with Doritos. I'll do nachos, and that's about it. I'm not a
Nacho
big
Doritos
fan.
sound insane.
Yeah, like I'm not a big fan because I've seen where people do like the hot Doritos or like the you know them the Cheetos, the
Yes.
hot Cheetos. I'm not a big fan of that move from a texture standpoint, and really I don't like the flavor of flaming hot things. It's a very strange flavor, and I don't enjoy it.
You said you don't like the flavor of hot things?
No, specifically flaming hot, like that flavor.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Herm says the club soda makes the batter lighter and promotes a crispier tender.
Yeah, he
I
can
had no
explain.
idea. That
He
sounds
can explain
good.
the thing. I just know that you do it and it's bomb.
Yeah.
Like there are some things I can explain really well, and some things just take my word for it.
You'd be like, just do it. Just do it. So I want to start a new kind of part to the show where I'm going to give recommendations to Jeremy as far as animes to watch, because I feel like he's lacking on some of his animes. Not to say, that that's a bad thing, but as one of my close friends, was one of my best friends, he needs to be able to watch more anime. So I figured we need to go ahead and tell him what he needs to watch as far as that's concerned. So
okay, but where do we leave off? Because last time I think it was what, Samurai Champloo?
Yes.
And then Naruto.
Yes.
Okay, and I loved Samurai Champloo, although I've only got to one episode. I need to go back to it, and Naruto was not for me. So that's where we are in this process. And then audience, hit us up about your own experience with these shows, and if there's something you guys think that we should be watching.
Absolutely. So the one that I think I talked to you off screen, and you've already seen Full Metal Alchemist. Now, Brotherhood is a little bit different, like because of the fact that they have so essentially the manga, the anime show got further along in the manga, so they pulled like a Game of Thrones where they made their own ending versus versus kind of following what the author was kind of going to. So I know that you've seen that one. That's a nice one to just rewatch.
Brothers?
Yeah. So Full Metal, and then after that they
Full Metal Alchemist Brother. Okay, yes. So that's where I started to watch it. Was it has to be at least 10 years ago that I even looked at it.
So Tata's seen it, and that's a really good one. The Herm was also saying, think beer battered onion rings. They're just more crispier.
Are we talking about
adding the club soda? Club soda. That totally different one. So Tots also said he came into the living room to Munchkin watching Demon Slayer. That's great.
I love Demon Slayer.
Yes.
Love it. Big fan of Demon Slayer.
The other one that I think would be really, really good for you that you would appreciate is this anime called Spy Family. So Spy Family is about this spy who adopts this girl and has to find this wife to finish a mission. And so it goes from essentially being like, oh, okay, I'm going to just use her as a tool to actually, growing to care about her, and he has to find a wife, and it gets really, really into details, but it's really family oriented. And I think because we're both family men, I think you would appreciate it a little bit.
Okay, when you say it's family oriented, so hold on. So he kidnaps someone.
No, he doesn't kidnap her. So he gets this girl from an orphanage.
Okay. I think I'm on board. I think I understand where we are.
I wouldn't throw you under the bus with so we're kidnapping kids first, and then it's really family oriented. That would be, you'd be like, well, I don't know if I can get behind that, So
you had me at kidnapping.
Spy Family is actually really cute. I think you would like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So
when it was just Wyatt recommending it, I was not on board. But now that KB's recommended it,
I knew that's why I had to have KB around today, because just in case I needed that extra over the hill thing. So
I have a question, like for Jeremy, like what is your favorite type of, like, I guess TV show, like genre or something to watch before I throw any recommendations out?
I don't know why that's so hard to answer. I like a lot of stuff. Like, honestly, I feel like if there's a good story, then I don't really care what kind of thing it is. But if I sit down to watch a TV show, I kind of want it to be heavy, and I kind of want it to be weird. I don't like things that are horror based, but I like things like, oh man, why is this so hard? I like Dexter. I like, oh man, those are kind of horror based, aren't they? But they're like light horror.
I think those are more drama than, you know what I mean, with really heightened sense of, you know what I mean, or at least Dexter.
Yeah, because they're not really scary. Like,
what's that one with Zendaya?
Euphoria.
I'm saying her name wrong, but
yeah,
Zendaya.
Euphoria.
Yeah, Euphoria is probably my favorite show. I love that show.
Bro, that show was a lot.
Yeah, and then you see it's a big break from, the other shows I just mentioned. It's just really heavy. There's a lot going on in it, and I just like an intense mood.
I didn't even finish the first. I think I got through like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, and I was like, this isn't for me. It's an amazing show.
Yeah.
And everybody in there acts their complete ass. Like, it's a great show. Just not for me.
Hey, that's fair.
So
what?
So I think it also depends on kind of maybe what mood you're in as well, because like certain shows hit you at a certain time. KB, have you seen Ranking of Kings?
I have not. Hold on 1 second, because Eros is actually yelling at me and I don't like his attitude. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hillary asked, would you and Dexter be considered more in the thriller genre rather than horror light? I can get down with that.
I think that makes sense. So I think thriller probably is what I would go for. I don't really like horror per se, although I'm all about some like murder and stuff.
I'm all about some good murder.
You gotta have a little murder, right?
Yeah. I'm now that me and upper management are together. Like nothing really scares her. So like it'll be
except for you and gasoline.
Yeah, except for me and gasoline. Everything else, she's fine with. You know what I mean? She'll see an exorcism and she'll be like, ha 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 ha, and I'll be like, but they just took over this poor girl's body. Why are you laughing? She's like, because she threw her head back and she's got to have a concussion after that. I'm like, oh, well, this is the one I married. I'm stuck with her.
You love who you love.
So, yeah, I think Spy Family would be really good for you. Like it has a lot of like, it's serious, but then after that it's family oriented. So it's a good mix.
Yeah.
I think that would be something that you would enjoy. So, and then for the people in the crowd, like, what's you guys' favorite just television show? It doesn't necessarily have to be an anime, because I want to try to get some of you guys on board on watching this anime, because it's on everything. Like I went to Hulu, and Hulu has a whole anime section, which is ridiculous. So, and you can watch Spy Family on Hulu as well, Jeremy.
Oh, cool. I don't have to ask you for your Crunchyroll again.
Oh man, if you wanted to, I'd give it to you, but
Man,
you
I'm
do
already
not have
locked
to.
in.
So
I think you would enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
That sounds cool.
They throw hands, and I love it.
mm-hmm.
Hey, you know how much I loved that monkey show. What's that monkey show I loved? Hit Monkey. Right?
Yes.
You know how much I loved Hit Monkey. Is Hit Monkey anime? Because I feel like it is.
I would say it's just animation, but it's not anime. You're
Yeah, like
so
anime inspired maybe, but not quite anime.
yeah. A lot of a lot of like animation styles are like that now. But because I think a lot of times like cartoons were made for just kids, but like I think anime and this kind of style is kind of more of a realistic, tells you a serious story, not having to have you just be like, oh, okay, like we're
Yeah.
watching Inspector Gadget. Hillary, we are gonna have to change that. We're gonna have to find, you probably have seen an anime and never know that it was anime in the first place. Because a lot of our cartoons were definitely anime back in the day.
Is this by choice, Hillary, or is it just something that happened?
That's a good question too. That was a good
Because
follow-up
some people
question.
just don't like it.
That's a very good question, KB. So, yeah, I think there's a couple of them, and then in a couple weeks, Jeremy, we're gonna have you follow up and be like, hey, I like this one, or not my cup of tea.
Okay, so Spy Family is the one that I gotta watch. That's my
Yes.
like required reading.
Yes.
Okay. Let's check it
KB,
out.
do you have anything for him?
I think you might like Trigun too. I don't have anything that's required unless you're
Did
going
you
to watch
say
Ghost in the
Frogger?
Shell. Trigun.
Oh yeah, of course I've seen Trigun.
Yeah.
Trigun was like my high school anime phase where I was into everything anime. Let me grab an eraser.
Yeah. I don't have anything required unless you're going to watch Ghost in the Shell. It is my favorite anime, and therefore, if I'm going to have anything required, it's going to be Ghost in the Shell.
What is it?
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, I love Ghost in the Shell. We're talking about the movie.
I like the movie. Well, which movie?
I'm talking about like the Scarlett Johansson one, right?
I'm talking about the animated movie.
No, that's the one I'm talking about. So my like foray into anime was like that 80s stuff. So, Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Devilman, that kind of stuff. And I love that.
Hillary, we're gonna talk it out one of these times, or even have you on the show and just find out what you like, and you can have a nice little drink and we'll talk about it. Because I truly believe that there's an anime for everyone.
There literally is. The combinations are really, really like shocking for the types of animes that exist.
Like even like when people come to me and are like, oh, I can't watch that because it's all like, I hate when they just mention like Dragon Ball or things like that, because literally if you're a jock, there's sports animes that are for you. One time I know that there's an anime that just talks about ballroom dancing, competitive ballroom dancing,
What?
ice skating.
Oh yeah. I drew a commission for somebody one time of that. Yuri
on Ice. So
yes.
So there's stuff for any and everybody. If you're a horror person,
so much.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So much terrifying anime.
An anime for everybody. What Helen Keller, she can do something. She can feel it. There's a vibe.
Who said that?
Tots,
jump back. Tots, you are gonna rot.
So
because you said that, Tots, I'm gonna make that my homework assignment, and I'm gonna find an anime for Helen Keller.
Well, there's one that she can relate to. There's this one called Ranking of Kings, where the main character is he's deaf, and so he's a prince, and he's trying to prove his worth to not only his family but also to the kingdom. So if she were still here, I'm pretty sure she can get behind that one.
Well, boom, he already did my homework for me. Look at that.
Pew, pew.
Collaboration and grades.
Mm-hmm. You get the A, he did the work.
Boom.
Yeah, Hillary, I think once we talk, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this one, and then like you'll enjoy it. Like, you just have to be open-minded, because some people feel like anime is just for kids, and you just have to take it as a different form of media to enjoy. And if you look at it this way, you're good.
Send me a friend request. I want to get in on this, Hillary. I want to send you some recommendations. I think this will be fun.
Todd said, be careful. It's a bumpy road, KB.
I mean, it's Braille. Of course it is.
Badooch.
There is something so soothing about watching Jeremy draw.
Yes.
Does anybody get into ASMR? That's not my thing.
No, I hate that.
That's all this is.
No, I don't like the sounds.
Is this visual ASMR?
Let's go with that. Because
yes.
Auditory, I can't vibe with any of that, which is really odd considering that like a lot of my fidget toys, the reason why they work for me is that they make noise. But I don't like any ASMR like videos and things. I hate them all.
Yeah, so yeah, as long as there's a good story, like you can definitely be able to kind of go along with it. And there's a lot of them. Like, even when I don't feel like, having those power up, people against the world, all of those kind of shonen versions or genres shows, I can always find something else. There's one, honestly, what was it? Your Life.
What do you guys watch where people cook and their clothes fall off?
Oh, Food Wars.
Food Wars.
Now, see, and that was the thing. Like, so, like upper management, and I told KB about it too. Upper management was really, she's really into cooking. So I was like, man, this is a great anime for you. I was like, but before you watch it, I need to tell you, there's parts that are just outlandish, and like, I guess, to a certain extent, that's a part of their culture, where they do everything to the extreme and things like that. So, when that happened, I was just like, listen, it's great cooking stuff. So she's like, can you just get me a part where their clothes don't come off, and then just show me the stuff that they cook rather than doing everything else? Because she's like, I don't like the fact that their clothes come off every time. And depending on when people catch you watching the show, it can be a totally different conversation.
KB, are the recipes real?
Yes. So when they created this anime, they actually worked with a chef to make sure the recipes were legitimate. And then they turn around and they did release. There are some unofficial cookbooks before people start. Yes, some of them are not official, but there is an actual official cookbook that it was collaborated with the chef that they used to help make sure everything was authentic. And they released an actual book.
Wow, that's really cool.
Because actually I made a white tea and miso snapper soup for my dad when he was here. And
white tea and miso snapper soup.
Mm-hmm. And I basically based it off of a recipe that they used in the show. I think they had mackerel and I didn't have any, so I used snapper.
That's insane that you're out there learning how to cook from anime.
My roommate started watching it first, and I walked in, of course, on the part where everybody's clothes are falling off. So I'm like, "You're a pervert," and he's immediately trying to backtrack, and he's like, "No." And he's like, "This is the anime I was telling you about," and I was like, "You really think I'm gonna watch that?" And he was like, "Just watch the food." And I've ended up making like a few different dishes from that. The stuffed wings I was talking about earlier is a recipe that I took from that.
Yeah.
And I've done the pork roast too.
That's really cool. I feel like I went for Mega Man, but I feel like I got more Mega Man X.
I mean, I think it looks awesome regardless of which, variation that you chose or you got.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Mega Man X is boss. For anyone in the audience that's not a Mega Man person, so there's Mega Man, which happens in this like idealistic, like, I don't know, super cool future, and then robots are just starting to go, crazy. And then there's Mega Man X, which happens like after the robots have completely gone crazy, the future sucks and everything sucks, and then they wake him up, I think. But then I never know, like, is it a different person? I don't know.
Maybe it's kind of like, what is it? The Justice... is it this a hero society, whichever, how Brainiac isn't really Brainiac in like I think it's the Justice Society, maybe, or no Justice Society is the other one.
You have lost me completely. That's going to be like an Alan or Tots question.
Yes, you know what, I'll have to look it up because there's like a Brainiac 5, but then after that he's like a derivative of Brainiac, so it's great.
I'm not that big into DC. I can't help you there.
I know. You don't like Superman, so I wasn't expecting too much from you because that, Brainiac being with Superman.
Is Brainiac Superman?
Well, no, it's just part of the Brainiac.
I know he's not Superman.
I was
teasing.
No, because if he was, I'd like him.
KB, here we go again.
Brainiac is a Superman villain, right? Like, I'm not making that up.
Yeah, Brainiac is a Superman villain.
Yeah.
So that is really good.
All right, so I think I'm mostly kind of finished with this. And I got lots of time left, so I'm going to do something cool. And I'm going to be honest. One of the things that I like to do, when I draw, is be like super honest about where things come from and how things work. This is a comic book about reciprocating oral sex, I believe. As you jump into it. So, I'm not jumping into it, but anyway, I really like the clouds here on the front. And so I was thinking, well, how do I do that? And I think I'm just going to use a light Copic marker for the light parts, and then I'm going to use a dark Copic marker to go over where the dark parts are. And I'm just going to emulate this kind of cloud idea. And if you're at home thinking, man, Jeremy, you just drew on that comic book and I'm mad about it, that's okay, because it's my comic book. So
Tots was like, is that what the comic is about?
I only read number 6, and that's what number 6 is about.
Jeremy just had the most polite fuck you ever. Like, that was so polite, and the point really was fuck you. And I love it. He said what he said.
That's where I got from it. So,
well,
who's gonna check him?
Yep.
Todd said, "What about number 9?" Since you talked about number 6, and then.
Honestly, dude, I went to Haven. This one was in my box. It was just this one, and I was like, you know what? This art style is kind of cool, and I got it. And this is all I've seen, so it's not a bad book. I don't dislike it, but this is all I've seen. So, I mean, I would read more of it.
You know what? I was really sad that they didn't continue was X the Last Man. I started like the show. Was
Why the Last Man?
Yeah, Why the Last Man.
Okay.
So
yeah, that deserved a second season. That was a good show.
So essentially, KB, he's the last man on Earth, like the title says, him and a monkey, and so there are women that are like in like the Amazon tribe. Is that right? Or like a tribe of Amazon women, Jeremy, something like that.
There's a lot of women after all the men died.
And
so
they cut off body parts to.
Oh yeah. And so in the comics, they cut off their right boob because the Amazons actually did that so they could throw spears more accurately. So they do that in the comics. I don't think they do that in the show. Also, real quick, as we're talking about, just a touch anti-PG here. That guy, last dude on Earth, has the least sex of anyone that I've ever known about at all. Last guy on Earth, no sex. So
yeah.
What?
And so Hillary, KB gave you the thumbs up. So
getting ready to do that right now. Because if I don't do it now, I will forget, and it's not purposeful. My brain doesn't function properly sometimes.
Let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Jeremy, and you can tell me that you can do this later or not at all. We had talked about the comic that we had both read where we have the big saga.
And I love saga.
And then doing Prince whatever his name is.
Prince Robot. Yeah,
yes.
I would draw Prince Robot. I've drawn him before. I really like drawing him.
KB, he has a big ass TV on his forehead. Like his TV is his head.
Yep.
Oh, like homeboy from Fooly Cooly?
Yes.
Like Canty?
Yes. And say that again because I always get it wrong. Fooly Cooly?
Mm-hmm. I love Fooly Cooly.
That came first, so I got straight up ripped it off.
It was such an odd little show, but I loved it.
I love that show. I thought that show was really good.
I didn't like either of the two remakes or whatever it was supposed to be. Like those were strange, and they should have just left it alone. But the first one was really good.
I think when you dip back in to shows, more often than not, you're not capturing what made the first one special, just as a rule. So I mean, sometimes they do, but a lot of the time they don't at all. Like Adventure Time, just a really brilliant show. Love it, great show. And when they did the HBO additional episodes, they were not as good. They just weren't. So.
The reason behind that is because 9 times out of 10, they're not doing it for anything other than trying to capture on the nostalgia and money. The intent behind what you're making isn't there anymore. You're not making it for entertainment purposes. You're making it for money purposes, and therefore it's going to fall flat nearly every time.
Yeah, I'm all about the 8-episode season and then drop it, leave it alone. But then we just said, what was it? Why the Last Man needed an extra episode or an extra season, and in the comics, there's I don't know, 50 comics of that. So.
I mean, there's more than that because I know. Well, it may be right around there, just because I know I got the volumes, just to be able to do it.
Yeah, I gotta give those back to you. I forgot until you said that.
So I still have some of the other ones.
No, you brought it up.
No, yeah, that's exactly right because I need them back.
You have had those for a year.
Let's see. So what do you guys have a favorite medium that would play well to be on television or movies that haven't been done yet? So like Saga, I think would be really, really, it'd have to be an HBO one. It couldn't be anything else, but I think it would be good to have that.
Saga's got to be a movie. Saga's too epic to just let it be a TV show.
Well, I don't know, man. I could see it on an HBO where they have a lot of money behind it, and the quality of it wouldn't falter. But it couldn't be something that would just be. You'd have to have a lot of money behind it.
True. Yeah, and HBO does get it done. HBO has a really good track record with me. Have you guys seen Barry?
I've seen first season. It was pretty good.
I really liked Barry. That's another murderer show. So I think that answer is I like murderer shows.
That's what I'm picking up on.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing in my mind. I wasn't gonna say it out loud, just in case.
As long as you don't murder me, we good.
Hey, just because I like murderer shows doesn't mean I'm gonna murder anybody.
Listen, if you did, I will help you out.
Really coincidental that I do.
Listen, I would just be on your good side. That's all that needs to happen in there.
Call me if you need me.
Let's see.
But no, we've talked about it. I want so badly for somebody to give Pirates of Dark Water another form of I want so badly for
You're talking about like the old cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ha! I'd watch that.
And then they have to make it with they'd have to make it for adults. It couldn't be like how they made Teen Titans Go, and it was just really, really silly.
No, I want this to be, I want this, even if they don't do it animation style, if they give it live action, I want it HBO, I want it rated R, and I really, really think if you got the right people together, this will be an amazing movie.
You know what? I honestly think it would be better live action.
That's true.
I want it so badly.
I'm trying to think. What would
That Saga is probably the thing that I would be most excited for if I heard about it coming. I told you, I think it was last week, Final Fantasy Tactics would make just a really killer. It would need to be a show, for as much as content is actually there.
I heard last week that the people, they're trying to develop the Last Ronin, the Ninja Turtles comic book into a not a Game of Thrones, a God of War adaptation, which I thought would be pretty cool too. And then he has to learn different skills from his brother as he kind of goes through those flashbacks. That'd be cool.
I have not read that. I'm not ready for my guys to die yet.
Oh, I was definitely going to offer to. I was like, I got the books. I'm finished.
That's actually why I've avoided it. I'm just not ready for that heartache.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. Is that canon?
I don't know, but Eastman made it though.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be canon at this point because everybody loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's cool, but I got to finish the whole IDW run before I read that.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this. It's not technically good. There's a lot. I mean, it's fun though. There's a lot going on in this that I really like, and it's still kind of sloppy, which typically I'm like, well, this is not my best work. But for this, I'm okay with it.
There you go.
I like the sloppy work. It has character.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can also relate to not liking your own work when it's sloppy because I get real mad when my stuff does not look the way I want it to look, and I don't care what anybody else's opinion on it is because I'm the one doing it.
Yeah, insane. You guys all the time chide me for tearing up drawings.
Because they're so good.
And then you'd be like, oh, this is trash. And then right here, you're like, no. Oh gosh.
But with that, it's I think we're so in awe of your skill level that for us, it's bro, if you consider that trash, what would you do to a drawing that I made that I gave you? It's like the kid where their dad is do better and tears it up instead of putting it on the fridge.
It's it's horrible.
Ouch. Yeah, I guess you're right. That's one thing I think about a lot, actually, is so I draw the way I draw. My daughter is, she's 4. So she's an amazing artist, but she's 4. So we're not really at the same skill level yet. I mean, she'll get there, but she's we'll sit and draw together. She's never acted once like there was any difference, and I'm all about that. Like, I never want to discourage anybody because I'm at a particular skill level. Like, that's not fair. That sucks a lot. So I don't know how to deal with that. Like what you just said. Like, I don't want you to feel bad because I don't like it. Something I did.
No. It's not because of like. I see what you're saying. That's not how I meant for you to say it, but I get why you did. Yeah. It's kind of like how I view my work versus how I view your work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there's a drastic difference in skill level and talent, but also in like the way I think that we perceive art before we even put it out. So for me, it's like when I look at your work and it's like, your work is so good. And then you're like, man, this is garbage. I'm like, bro, if I thought that was good and you're saying it's garbage, I am not about to show you my sketchbook. I'm not doing that to myself. Even though I know that that's not how you would act, right?
No.
It's the perception that I get from like looking at how you view work. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I both appreciate that and it makes me feel bad at the same time. So
I know.
Herm said that's why this man's art is great.
It absolutely is.
Because I never settle, right?
Because you're still critical of your own work. You don't rest on your laurels. However, like I said before, I think you need to give yourself a little bit more grace, and talk your shit a little bit more. Be like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, it didn't turn out like I wanted to, but that's still Mega Man. You know what I mean?
I got this brain disease where, like, as soon as I finish something, I'm just like relieved that I'm done with it, and then it's trash. But I know it's a brain disease. I know it's a problem. But,
Tots was saying, Daddy, I drew you a rainbow. But did you really?
Is that what this is?
So.
Yeah.
Herm, you have reason to be excited. I can say from looking at the process in progress. So it's dope.
Herm, I'm sorry to make you wait, but you're getting something better because you're waiting a little bit. I know it's been a couple weeks since you ordered those things. When I have to rush a drawing, that's when I feel like it ends up being the worst. That said, I still owe somebody a drawing from November, so just balance.
Be like, I appreciate you. Yeah, he said, "Don't worry, we already talked about that."
All right. 6 months from now, when I'm not done, you make sure. No, I'm working on it.
KB, I found it for you.
Yes, I loved this cartoon. I actually started watching it again on Amazon Prime, and it is just as good as I remember. Very cheesy, but I love it.
I think that's dope. I like that. Let's see.
And I think I'm just about there. I'm gonna hit the helmet a little bit more, and then I think I'm done.
Can I request that you give him pupils?
You can, but I drew in pupils earlier, and I was like, nope, this is going in the trash. So
valid. No pupils in.
So KB, are you reading any comic books right now?
I am not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't done a lot of things lately. I haven't really been reading. I haven't been watching anything other than like the comfort shows that I don't have to pay attention to. Like even with cooking, like I've been doing kind of like quick things, stuff I have to do for lunch purposes. Like I've been out of my zone.
I want to stay there, but I also want to remember, and I'm ADD, so I'll forget. What are your comfort shows?
American Dad is a big one. Just because up until the new season that just started, I've literally seen every episode, so I can put it on and like just let it be background noise.
So shows you've seen before, like.
Yeah, I tend to go to things where I really don't have to pay attention to them at all. I can just watch them. I recently did start watching Xena Warrior Princess again because it came up, like it was on, and I sat down and looked at that episode, and the next thing I know, I'm like 4 episodes in, like, all right, cool. Hold on, my door is being opened. Oh, okay, that's fine. But yeah, it's like stuff that I have watched literally 100 times that I don't have to pay attention to. Those are the things that I do. Cooking shows are comfort shows for me. Like cooking documentaries, I love them. I know a lot of people are like, I can't watch that. It makes me hungry. Well, good luck, I guess. I'm gonna watch them.
I love Hell's Kitchen as a comfort show. I don't know why. I can sit down and watch that for hours.
Hell's Kitchen is one I can watch on mute because I do like watching what's going on, but I don't like watching people get yelled at.
I love watching Gordon Ramsay yell at people.
I don't. It makes me sad. I'm sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Right. I'm so sensitive because like if you're actually trying your best, plus I have an attitude. You can't talk to me like that. Because you're going to go to yell at me and I'm going to throw hot water in your face. Now look at me going to jail and you going to the hospital. It's just not, it doesn't work.
I told you I knew how to make oatmeal.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I can see KB being like, I told you I knew how to make oatmeal.
It's because, and I think the other thing is like when you get into those high profile type restaurants, people really do talk to you crazy. And I know.
Yeah, I couldn't listen to it in real life.
No, and it is. Did you guys ever watch The Bear?
Yes.
No.
I love that one.
Okay, so you know how he has the flashbacks of how the chef was talking to him?
Yes.
They really will talk to you like that, and then they'll turn around and be surprised when you punch them in the mouth because they're like, "Oh, I thought you liked being humiliated and." Bruh.
Yeah. So Jeremy, for a point of reference, like. At one point, they, like the main character Bear, he just not whatever his name is, I forget his name, but
Carmi.
Yeah, Carmi. So he was like in a 5-star restaurant, and so the head chef would like come either like degrade him in front of everyone, or it would be even worse, where he would come and whisper like nasty, horrible stuff like, why don't you just kill yourself? Because you can't do this right. This looks like trash. Like this, and this. Like he went in on him. And so like one time he just snapped and he just went back to his brother's old restaurant and the family restaurant and took off from there.
And the thing is, like, Carmi is actually a really good chef. Like he's dope. But the thing is like part of what they do is they equate it to like the old military style boot camps where they have to break you to rebuild you. Yeah. And so basically in a lot of those type of chefs' minds, because it happened to them and now they're successful, they feel like that's how you're supposed to do it. So you beat these people down, you mentally harass and break them, because once they survive you, they can survive anything and they should be thanking you. But that's psychological torture, and bruh, I will hurt you. Watch who you talking to. Like, I got an attitude. Talk to me nice.
Hillary gave you some tips here, KB, on some of the shows that she likes.
So I really don't do a lot of cooking competition shows because, again, I feel very stressed watching people get stressed. Like, bruh, stop, go home. It's gonna be okay.
Herm said that's not the way to do it. That's not the way it's done.
Right. That's it. It shouldn't be the way it's done, and it is changing. I've been out of food service for a minute now, and I was never that high up. But I had one boss who came from that high up and tried talking to me crazy. And I took my little chef's coat and I folded it up and I handed it to him. And he was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "Home." Because if I stay here, I'm putting you face first into the grill, and I don't need to feel that hostile. I don't.
Yeah.
And I clocked out and I went home. I didn't go home. I went across the street and put in an application at another restaurant and got hired there. Because I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. I'll hurt you."
I would like to stay here for one more second before we move away from it. My dad, when I was growing up, was actually a corporal commander, which is the person at the boot camp who yells at the people who yell at people. So I get it. I understand you.
So, sir asked, which do you guys like more, Mega Man or X?
So we were talking about that very briefly earlier. X is badass. And Mega Man has, like, I don't know, an air of hope. Where Mega Man X is, like, just a hopeless thing.
He's with the ish. Then he responded to his own comment and said the correct answer is 0.
Is 0 Proton? Proton Man? What's his name?
You're out of my depths. I'm just here to host.
All I did was watch the cartoon.
So, did you like the NT Warrior one?
Proton Man. Hold on. I gotta figure this out. What am I saying?
Proto Man?
Proto Man.
Is it Proto Man?
And he said, and yes.
Yes, it is Proto Man. Proton Man.
Listen, I watched the cartoon and I loved it, but I never played any of the games or anything like that.
You should not do it because they existed in a moment of time where video games, like, I don't know how to explain it. If you go back and play them now, they're not the same. I tried to play it to warm up. Like, I just went back and tried to play it today, and it's not the same.
Gotcha.
All right. I think that's it.
And Herm said that as a former executive chef, you don't treat people that way.
Facts. You really shouldn't. Like I said, it's getting a lot better, but there's, especially for women, like, it's real bad.
One of my favorite movies that I saw was, I think it was Burnt by with Bradley Cooper in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's one of your favorites?
Yeah, man. I actually really love, like, cooking shows and cooking, like, especially the movies. Like, I like that one, and then the one with Jon Favreau. I forget. Yeah.
Chef is one of my favorite movies. I wish I could find it on DVD. I would watch that movie probably every other day if I could. I love that movie.
Yeah.
My phone is gonna die, so I'm gonna lose my camera. But I'm pretty much done. Now at this point I'm just gonna black in some of these shadows.
Yeah, Herm was saying that that movie is so, like, I love a good cooking show or movie like that. Jon Favreau and Chef was really, really good. I really like Burnt because it was a redemption story, and it showed the pressure of kind of what goes on in the kitchens and things like that. So it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
What about Ratatouille?
Of course, Ratatouille
is cute. Ratatouille is cute.
So it's a lot of good, like, chef. And then what's really cool is Ben started watching, they had something on Netflix, like a barbecue grill, a barbecue, like, what is it, like a competition show. And he was like, hey, Dad, don't watch it without me. And so I was like, all right, well, we're not gonna watch the grill show until you get back. And he was like, okay.
There's when my dad
Did you watch it?
Huh?
Did you watch it?
No, because he has a way of knowing, and I don't want to hurt his feelings. Sir said unrelated COVID Chronicles. I've been watching music movies, and I just watched Whiplash. Holy shiz. Yes.
Whiplash is so good. Whiplash is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It is great.
And it was so great and so bad and so toxic at the same time.
Hey man, you want to go ahead and pick a winner for our sketch card?
Give me a second because I have not pulled up any names.
In case you are wondering, what are we talking about? This is an example right here. I'm going to turn this music off for just a second. And this is an example of someone who won earlier. This is Cat Noir from Miraculous. So that's what you can win. It is a sketch card. You pick what it's going to be, and I'll draw it for you, and I'll probably film it.
Sweet.
So really, you get two gifts. You get a film, even though you don't get to own the film.
There's no ownership. It just exists out in the world. Those things are on my little secret YouTube page, and by secret I mean I never talk about it or promote it ever, and it's worthless, but it's out there.
But before, speaking of promoting, we got another video that we got to show.
I love that video.
So Jeremy sells houses, and he does a really good job of it. So if you're looking in the Alabama area, come holler at him.
Thank you.
So, all right, we got the list of names. Everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Okay, B.
Oh, snap.
Right on.
Sweet. So you won, KB.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That's awesome. I love it. That'll be a fun one to do.
Why Stay Puft?
I love that scene in Ghostbusters. It is my favorite scene of I think that might be like my favorite scene in any movie ever. Are you a guy?
That scene lasted for like what? A minute max, 30 seconds. And it's one of the most memorable scenes of any movie ever.
It is.
So I get it. I'm on board with you.
I appreciate the points.
They all love the Wheel of Morality.
Me and Tots, because when Tots is here and he comments, he types it in the comments too.
All right, so I will do Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. If you guys in the audience are looking forward to winning your own Jeremy Bernard commission for free, just hang out with us next week.
Yeah.
You guys got anything you want to add? I'm just gonna scroll on this thing forever, endlessly.
Ooh.
I'm pretty happy with it. It turned out okay.
It turned out great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It turned out okay. We're not doing this.
What are we gonna do this week for those wrestling fans? WrestleMania is this weekend, so we're gonna do like a kind of guessing of the card. You know, our predictions on who's going to win which match. There's also, we may be working with another group called the Blerd Cartel, so you may start seeing some of us pop up on there, and then their streams may show up on this one. So we've got that going on, and we've got some other interviews coming out next week, so that's really fun. I think that's it.
I love Blerd Syndicate, Blerd Cartel. Any like bad guy organization, let's team up with. Syndicate, Cartel. What else is out there? Anything that sounds infamous. I'm into it.
Exactly. So we work with them. They had someone show up last week on our wrestling tournament show that was on Victory Road. So we may have some other stuff coming up here, and we're gonna start streaming more and working on doing some more interviews, man. I want to try to be able to get good at these so that when we have like the expos and things like that come up next month, that I'm not fumbling over my words.
You're doing great, man.
You are, and I'm so glad to be back. I've missed you guys.
I'm glad you're here too. I love having you here.
Yeah, KB, I missed you because it's almost been like 2 months since I really seen you.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Because like after that, the baby, and then we kind of took a little hiatus. Missed you.
Yeah. Hug me, brother.
Oh. So thank you guys. We're gonna try to.
Wyatt is doing an amazing job. Yeah, you weren't gonna speed past that.
I put it up there for a second. I put it up for a second.
We're gonna talk about it. About it.
So yeah, I try to do, and plus it's really cool because I realize that it's nice to highlight other people trying to do the same thing or something in the same vein, or have the same kind of love for that stuff. So so it's really cool. Like we've got some big people coming up, and they've done. We got content creators that we're trying to collab with. We got people that are just video people, people with wrestling, people with anime, people with comic books and things like that. So we're trying to reach out to a lot of different people so that we can kind of grow and have people enjoy new stuff, because that's what it is here. The Syndicate is about just exploring everything, exploring what you can. Some things you may like, some things you don't, but at least you said that you tried it.
I think you're doing a great job too, man.
Thanks, man.
Looking forward to all that.
So yeah. So we're gonna be like the Ninja Turtles and get the shell out of here. And so until next time, y'all be easy, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. So